Thanks for joining me, everyone. In this video, I'd like to share the path that I took to obtain the last epic mod I had on the list, Gunfire Control System. And in this one, you have to use cruiser only, and you can use any cruiser of any nation from tier 7, 8, and legendary. I will go ahead and share some tactics that I use, but please keep in mind that I am definitely a destroyer and battleship main. Cruisers, I would like to think I'm decent. There are definitely way better cruiser guys out there that run these things like a champ. So I'm just going to share with you the tactics I used. If you feel like it would benefit you or help you, then fantastic. So starting off, I know that DDs like to shoot right down that strip where you saw I dumped a couple sets of torpedoes off at wide spread, just trying to see maybe if I can get lucky and get me a DD to start the game off with. And lo and behold, I was able to do just that. Wait for it. There you go. First blood, dev strike, and we got us a DD. Absolutely love it. So a blind fire like that is definitely worth it if you have a good idea where he's going to be. And I just want to show you, I started off killing me a DD, and I'm coming right back to the base to make sure I get the last DD and secure the win. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I've got a thing for making sure that DDs are dead, even though I am a destroyer main. So I absolutely love it. But main thing in this is just like any other one, complete the task, task. Getting damage, getting at the top of the leaderboard, getting kills, and getting wins. So Suzuya, definitely a solid choice if you've got it. I used Bayard, I used Baltimore. I mean, there's just so many. Edinburgh, here's another great one. Tech tree ship, and this thing is just a beast. Smoke, sonar, heal, great AP. So you really can't go wrong with so many of them. And in this one, I am playing a bit more on the aggressive side. I was going to actually push the cap. There wasn't anybody on this side. So I decided to make sure our team was going to get this cap. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I am an aggressive player, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Whether I'm in a destroyer or battleship, just like in a cruiser, I'm getting caps, I'm hunting, and I'm playing aggressive. With that being said, playing a cruiser aggressively is definitely a high risk, high reward playstyle. So choose your cruisers wisely. My choice is going to be more along the lines of light cruisers, fast, agile, low reload. Anything with a triple barrel layout is great. Anything with smoke is going to be an extra added bonus for me, especially knowing how to play a destroyer. Now, keeping with tactics that I have learned playing cruiser. If you have sonar and you just killed a DD, I highly suggest you go ahead and pop it, because this way you're going to see any torpedoes that he launched as a ditch effort to tag you. So if at this point I had popped that sonar, I would actually see the torpedoes that I'm about to eat. And here we go. 1 and 2. Luckily, Edinburgh has one of those zombie heals, so, and I'm not spotted. Otherwise, if I would have been spotted right now, a battleship would have definitely sent me right back to port. So, word to the wise, use that sonar after killing a DD. It's well worth it, especially given that that was the only DD. So, lesson learned, passing that knowledge on to you guys. So the cruisers that I'm going to recommend that you use in order to get this epic mod are definitely going to be more along the light side, but again, that doesn't mean heavy cruisers are less superior. It really means pick what is comfortable for you, ones that you know you're going to get the kills, and ones that is going to get you in the top 3 of your team, because without doing that, you're not going to be able to complete everything in order to get this mod. So Edinburgh, being a free tech tree ship, obviously a solid choice. Baltimore, Cleveland, also great choices. If you're looking for, let's say, a premium ship, there are several of those out there. A couple of them you can get for Global XP. Suzuya, I showed you, that one's up and available. Thing is a fire breather, guns aplenty. Hypothetically, if IJN is not your style, there's a Russian Global XP ship, which is going to be the next one that I will highlight. It is Kutuzov, and I'm probably saying that incorrectly, so please forgive me. That one is definitely a hard one to pronounce. But nevertheless, it is also up in there for 750 Global XP, and I'm telling you, that thing is definitely worth it. If hypothetically you got Plymouth, or you're interested in getting Plymouth, I can tell you that is definitely on my list to get. I have seen very, very great games from other people playing it, looking at the stats and everything about that. It definitely fits the play style and the ships that I like for cruisers. So if you got it, use it. If you're thinking about getting it, you don't even need to wait for me to say it. I'm telling you, there's so many videos out there. You should definitely grab that thing. So keeping with tactics, as I've gotten better at cruiser, I have learned that, especially in a cruiser with smoke, your detection circle is going to be quite a bit bigger than that of a destroyer. Now, your spotting mechanics while sitting in smoke is going to be exactly the same. It doesn't matter what you're in, battleship, cruiser, or destroyer. When you're in smoke, someone has to be spotting for you. Now, obviously, you seasoned guys already know that, but for those who don't know and just starting out, I see that question being asked quite a bit in the groups, so I figure I'd just go ahead and throw that out there. But nevertheless, you got somebody out there spotting, you see he's pushing, he's getting close, and every time I shoot, and luckily he's gone, but we got one last ship, not worried about him. But as you can see, each time I was shooting, my detection circle would expand and then come back. So you got to keep an eye on that and make sure your detection circle, even when sitting in smoke, is not going to be big enough to where somebody is going to be in it. Because if they are in that detection circle, whether you're in smoke or not, they're going to spot you. Pretty simple, pretty basic. So keeping with more tactics, cruisers, and again, you guys who are out there already know, cruisers are super soft on the side. Edinburgh, and actually the UK line, has a great ability to bow tank shells. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just staying bow on. Now, this is another example of knowing your other ships. I mentioned in another video knowing your battleships when you're brawling with them, and same thing goes for cruisers. So I know he does not have torpedoes, so I can literally stay bow on all the way to him, dump my torpedoes off. Doesn't matter if he got me right there or not, I'm going to be able to take him out. So just a little tidbit of information I hope you guys will find helpful. Now, this next battle is the ship that I would definitely recommend. I got it when it first came out, and it actually is not as agile as I like, but man, this thing is just so much fun, and I had a stellar game. But as you can see, we got that task completed, and that was our objective. Now, this battle, fantastic. I mean, I think as a cruiser, especially, again, I'm just not the cruiser main like so many of you great guys are out there, and it's just, I think I did a solid job, and at the end, you'll see it, I was kicking myself in the butt literally for hours after that battle ended. It was all because I made the wrong call. So this will go for legit any class, destroyer, battleship, cruiser. Learn from your mistakes. That's the best thing you can do. And as you can see, it doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm going to make sure we get that daggone destroyer back to port as quickly as possible. I swear, if that's one thing you guys haven't learned about me, I'm going to stick by that. So I'm trying to play this one a little bit more smart. We got a lot of battleships. I'm trying to get back behind in that smoke, and I just want to go ahead and just try to set fires. This ship, especially if you set it up right, I'm running fully packed, so I'm going to get 3 smoke, 3 sonar, 3 heals. And yes, anything that does have smoke, you are dependent on your team spotting for you. So having those teammates that are up front and you not being at the very, very back, you can see I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not as far back trying to ring down. I want to really get close and still support my DD, try to get as close to the cap, maybe throw torpedoes off, help for denial. And again, here you see I'm trying to push around the corner. I wanted to get that DD, but guess what? I'm spotted. Brandenburg's coming out. I don't have any smoke, so this is where I try to just play it smart. I know he's coming in. You can see at the angle he's coming in, he'll end up running into those torpedoes, so I just went ahead and dropped those off. I'm just trying to stay angled. Looking at the mini map, I've got the island to my left. I don't have to worry about that. I've got the other battleships that are all the way in the back. I don't have to worry about them. So as long as I stay fairly angled at Brandenburg, I should be all right. And as you can see, he's not even aiming towards us anyways. So we're just going to go ahead and just keep firing and help our teammates get him out, because that Brandenburg right now is pushing our DD. So we want to keep our DDs in the battle as long as possible. They are such a key piece. And as you can see, just firing, and we're going to go ahead and clip him with that torpedo. Yep, nice. Took a big chunk off. He's leaking, chipping him down, and he's going back to port, but not by us. So at this point, I'm looking at the mini-map, and I'm starting to get a little worried, because our destroyer is chasing a battleship. That usually doesn't work out. I hate to say it, but it just usually doesn't work out. So I'm like, I need to get into this cap. I've got to get their points stopped. I'm noticing where the other battleships are. So all the other battleships are all the way over towards C. We got one going all the way up towards there. And as you can see, boom, he died. So I kind of had that feeling. That usually happens. So he's spotted. I pop smoke. He's leaking. I need to go ahead and see if I can't get him chipped down and take him out. Because if he gets his heals, he's going to be a threat. So while he's on the run, we're just going to go ahead and keep shooting. I'm going to try to play a little bit of peekaboo. Now, this is a tactic I use in destroyers and obviously, as you're seeing, in a cruiser. So I just inch forward just a little bit. Now, I know I'm going to be able to see him because his detection circle is a lot bigger. So as you can see, he's spotted. I'm going to go ahead and get off a shot and then start backing up. I got enough to try to get off one more shot after that. And as you see, not spotted. And boop, there he is. We get off one more shot as I am backing up back into my smoke. Not spotted. Bow on. He misses. No big deal. And as you can see, he is going to go ahead and get that fire and bite the dust. So that's what I mean by I'm going to play a little bit of peekaboo. So we got Flander coming in. And again, forgive me guys if I am saying that incorrectly. I normally butcher these names right on up. But he is coming in, and my guess is he's going to come directly towards the backside of this island. So right now I'm just shooting. I'm trying to get a fire on. I'm trying to chip him away a little bit. And I lock onto him with torpedoes to see which direction his ship is going to go, because I want to bank that he's coming around to the side. So as you can see, our ally, he went ahead and lost some torpedoes. He will go ahead and get clipped by it. We see the destroyer, and I swear it's like squirrel. All of a sudden, I'm like dead set. I want him. So I throw it in full. I also throw it in full knowing that the battleship is coming in, so I want to go ahead and duck behind this island. But nevertheless, guns trained on where the destroyer was. So he doesn't pop up. I'm not seeing anybody. I go ahead and pop my sonar. And there we go. He's popping up. And let's see which way he's going. Also popped up my sonar because I learned by eating those torpedoes with Edinburgh. I see a DD, I'm popping that sonar. So Flander's leaking, and we go ahead and dip back behind this island because I'm not going to go toe-to-toe with a battleship and a cruiser. But know how to use those torps pretty good, and we dump them off. And now sonar's still running. I'm going to push towards where that DD was. And we hit him with 1, 2, and 3. And that's 3 leaking on top of what he was already leaking. So he's done. He is going to leak out so quick it's not even funny. But I'm waiting for Somers to kind of come around. Got him spotted. This way, my battleship that is over there can shoot at him. So hopefully it will flush him to me. And there you see, Flander was leaking, and he's done. Now we got Somers coming around the island, and we're going to play it smart. We're going to wait for that island indicator to disappear, like so. And we're going to go ahead and get our first salvo off. We get Confederate. We're going to get one more salvo off, and that's going to go ahead and send him right back to port. Now at this point, 4 kills, 2 minutes, 26 seconds. It's just me and one other cruiser. I want to play it smart. So I'm going to kind of come up on the side of this island and use these torpedoes. And this way, either A, we're going to get the Kraken, or B, we can definitely make sure we don't blow the wind because we're up 729 to 443. This is one battleship left. He's engaging the other cruiser. So that's why I popped smoke, because hopefully he'll keep him spotted for me. I was really hoping that this set of torpedoes would get him, but it didn't. So I'm like, daggone it, he clipped one. I'm thinking maybe he'll speed up. Well, he's definitely not speeding up now because he popped his sonar. So this set of torpedoes is going to miss him. Once I realized that, yep, see, he went ahead and took a nice big chunk of health off. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to get the Kraken. If I had a medal for every time I had 4 kills, I'd have a ton of those. But knowing I'm not going to get the Kraken, knowing I don't want to lose, we just lost our ally cruiser. I am not showing broadside. I don't care about dumping torpedoes. I am going to stay a slim line for that horrible dispersion to not take me out. And I just keep pulling away. I just want to get that clock down. Yeah, I'm still going to get my hits. I'm still going to shoot them. But ultimately, I just want to, boom, get that win. So this plays into tactics, strategies. Don't throw the win away simply because you're trying to get a Kraken. I have done that, and it is a crappy feeling. So I stopped doing it. So I hope this shows you obviously some decent tactics and showing you that this ship, great choice for global XP purchase. As you see, over 3,000 XP. I did go ahead and skip ahead to keep the video under 30 minutes as best as possible. My choice for the Epic mod is going to be Mains Collector's Edition. And in this clip, you will get to see the Epic mod fully maxed out. So I did not show the actual putting the mod on because I do show that in the first 3 Epic videos that I posted. I figured by now everybody should know it does go in the 4th slot, and feel free to watch any of those videos if you would like to see how you can actually move it around and uninstall it without accidentally deleting it. And I will reiterate this: if you delete it, it is going to be gone because they are not giving it back if you put in a ticket. So again, if you move your Epic mod around, you need to uninstall it using doubloons. Don't sell it. If you sell it, it's gone. So please don't do it. This was a massive grind for everybody involved, and it would be a shame for anybody to lose it. So in this battle, I turned the corner, and as you guys see, it is literally a wall of brawlers, and the only thing I am going to do is start moving away, and I'm going to keep firing HE. So this is going to go right back into keeping with tactics. You see our cruiser at the very front. He is just backing up, staying broadside to 3 battleships and a cruiser. I gotta be honest, that's not a smart move. you are definitely going to be better off trying to make a coordinated and tactical retreat kiting away, because there's no way you as a cruiser is going to fight 3 battleships. It's just not going to happen. Along with, he's got a cruiser backing him up. And then if you pay attention to the mini map, there is another battleship and another cruiser towards the top part of A. So we have a total of 6 ships pushing A. So there's no way that you as a cruiser are going to battle that. So I highly suggest you do exactly what I'm doing, kiting away while still engaging the enemy, because as you saw, we already got our 2nd epic boost. So we are just going to keep focusing on these battleships and keep firing, because in order to get these epic boosts, you have to land 50 shell hits. So for every 50 hits, you get 1 boost, and we're just going to keep working that HE. So I notice this Scharnhorst is not focusing on us. His turrets are faced towards our battleship. That's why I'm going to go ahead and give up my broadside and get all my guns engaged. Now, this battle is a little bit odd, and take note that the battleship that just popped up on the mini-map on the upper part of A, he's going to duck down behind these islands. This guy's running some sort of crazy stealth build. It's actually funny. So, keeping with the HE, we're going to keep firing. We got Arsonist, we got our kill. And we're sitting at 145 hits, so we're going to focus on this Scharnhorst, and we're going to get our 3rd boost. Going back to that battleship that popped up, and I'll show you what I mean about he's got to be running some sort of concealment mod. So right now, I'm just kind of figuring I don't spot him because I'm too far over to the edge of the map. There's the islands that would obviously be blocking my line of sight. So I'm just going to keep focusing on Scharnhorst, but knowing that battleship is over there, I'm not going to cut straight across towards Scharnhorst and give up my broadside to him to where he can send me back to port. I'm going to stay angled, but I need to keep him in range. Just keep moving away, and as you can see, HE, keep spitting HE, and boom, I just got tagged by that battleship. So, and as you can see, he's moving in between those islands, right? And you would think, all right, I should be able to stay in his detection circle and I should be spotting him. He disappears. I'm like, all right, maybe he just hasn't cleared the island, because as you can see, I'm not looking at him. I'm just trying to pay attention to the mini-map and focus on Scharnhorst. So now that Scharnhorst has completely focused on me, I got to stay angled away and just keep firing. And that's what we're going to do. So we're at our 3rd boost. We're trying to get that 4th boost. Nevertheless, still working it and firing. And boom. So that battleship pops up, and as you can see, he's getting closer towards the end of that island. And there shouldn't be anything obstructing my view. And I should definitely be in his detection circle. So just focus on Scharnhorst, getting those fires, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, where did he go? I'm like, hold up, this guy's got to be running the concealment mod. Like, wow, that's odd, but okay, I could see it, right? Now, I'm thinking I'm definitely going to have him pop up relatively soon. I'm like, all right, just keep firing. We got our 4th boost. I'm at 102k. You know, we're definitely going to bring this home, but they are focused on me. Not a big deal. The other battleship, he's coming towards me. Again, not a big deal. If they're focused on me, that means they're not worried about the caps. They're not worried about the enemy. And my allies are just going to be able to bring home the win for me. That's the main thing I care about, is getting the win and getting at the top of the leaderboard. Those are the fun things. Granted, I love Krakens. Absolutely love hunting them, right? So now look at this. He disappeared again. I'm spotted. He's in my detection circle, and now he pops up after he shot. So this guy is definitely running the concealment mod. So I guess it is somewhat tactical. I can't say for certain that that is something I would suggest on a battleship. He is obviously running it, but he came all the way around. He skirted the entire side. He's got full health. I'm not going to leaderboard shame him, so I'm not going to show the results at the leaderboard, but I can just tell you the contribution wasn't there, so I would definitely not suggest trying to run a battleship as if you're running like a cruiser or a destroyer. Just again, recommendation on what not to do. And again, take it with a grain of salt. But as you can see, nevertheless, we got our mod maxed out. That was the main thing I wanted to show you guys. And it takes a lot. I mean, look how many target hits that we have had to chalk up to get this thing maxed out. Now, here is where I screw up. Because I'm like, all right, there's no way. Yep, see, big chunk taken off. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this guy. So I'm going to try to torp him, right? I'm thinking he's going to keep running. I dumped him long, and that is when he starts cutting in. And that's when he starts breaking. And, yep, I know I'm going to die at this point, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try to take as much HP off of him as feasibly possible. So I'm going to dump him off wide. I know he's going to hit one of these torpedoes, right? Cool. I knew that was going to happen. I'm not worried about it. Our team got all 3 caps. We are going to win. That is the main objective. And I tied up all those battleships chasing me. I did my job. We got 1, 2, 3 hits. We got high cal, and he's going to start leaking. So I would like to thank you, sir. You definitely helped me get that high cal, and you're going to help me get an additional medal. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. And there it is. We get Witherer. So I appreciate that, man. So this is my path that I chose to get this fantastic epic mod. This is going to be the end of my series. I really do hope that all the information I have provided you guys is helpful. I definitely hope it was somewhat entertaining. Don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, stay frosty out there.